Okay, so this is the stick mic. I won't be able to hear you unless you know.
Whoever's on the stick mic will be able to hear just as but those headsets should be able to hear the stick mic in there. I checked with up to the full range, and they were figure out who's
And we are live from West Virginia University. Quinn Kuski here, your broadcaster for the evening, alongside the guys from Slippery Rock. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. Jeff Morrow alongside Ron Steedle here. And Quinn, it's great to reconnect with you. We were back in March of last year at the ACHA-CHMA playoffs. And it's a pleasure to do business with you again, buddy.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one, I think. It should be a good game. And you know, you'll be able to hear us this coming up as the CHMA tournament as well. We'll be on there together again.
Yeah, we're going to be doing all 5 games from Harmerville Alpha Ice Complex, and we're looking forward to it. We got some matchups that are already set, We know who the particulars are. One of them at Slippery Rock. They're going to face John Carroll next Friday night at 9 o'clock. And that's preceded by IUP versus Duquesne, and that's going to be a 6 o'clock too.
Yeah, both of those games. I think we're going to have two very action-packed games with those pair as well.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to have an action-packed game right here with West Virginia against Slippery
agree.
Rock.
Yeah, West Virginia has a lot to play for. They're playing for pride right now. Coach Buckley has done a good job in his first year of trying to build some numbers and get some newer kids into the program. One of the local products from Pittsburgh, Hayden Hittemeyer, unfortunately is hurt, but he's done a nice job here for West Virginia.
Yeah, and I mean, that was, if you look at the season, there's a drop-off when Hittemeyer left the program at about the halfway mark, and he was the leader in the team's points at the time when he departed, and it hurt the team for this year because you build a team and then people leave halfway through. It makes things tough.
Well, here's a fun little matchup for you. How about Jake Hickey against Justin Hickey?
And you know, it was a fun one last time they matched up too. You know, their parents were in the audience, and there were all these jokes going around that they were going to drop the gloves and fight. So who knows what might happen? I believe last game Hickey for West Virginia got a goal. So
and Hickey from Slippery Rock had 2 goals.
Yeah.
So that was probably good
family
conversation
rivalry
around the dinner table.
Oh yeah.
When you followed West Virginia all year, you know, it seems to me they've had trouble scoring a little bit, and the goaltending's been very good.
It has, and I mean that's been the strength of West Virginia. Is Jacob Huff in the net tonight? Him and Longo have been fantastic for West Virginia. Huff got the call tonight over Longo. Longo being a scratch on this one, and Huff has just been fantastic for West Virginia. I mean, highlight reel saves, it seems like every single night. I'm sure we'll see a couple of them in this game. And West Virginia, I mean, you commented on it. The offense has had a hard time putting the puck in the back of the net. But when you've got a goalie that's letting in, you know, we got Slippery Rock here coming up against West Virginia. You know, what are the players you're watching for, matchups, things like that?
Well, Slippery Rocks has a change in the first line. Usually it's Jamie Morrow with Antonio Esposito, and lately, the last 2 games, have been Jake Hickey. He scored 2 goals in the last contest against West Virginia, a home game for Slippery Rock. They plan on using Connor Scott, longtime Slippery Rock player who came back to the team this year after a 2-year absence. Good forward, a local product north of Pittsburgh. They coaxed him back on the team for his last go-round and get a great start. 3 goals in his first 4 games, but he's cooled off a little. And Slippery Rock, who's been a team of streaks all year, especially in the regular season games, with a 4-game winning streak early in January, they've now settled into 4th place where they will not move. That's where they will end up. Even if they win the game tonight and the game tomorrow against RMU, they will finish in 4th place, the same as last year. They are now on a 3-game losing streak, unfortunately. They've been outplayed badly in all 3 and have given up 20 goals while they've only scored 4. So there's no reason that the coaches wouldn't want to experiment a little and juggle the lineups to try to get a spark. Because, you know, they're generally known as the high-powered offensive team, not so much. coming down here several decades myself, a few high school guys that I had coached in a local high school in Pittsburgh and played here in the 90s, and I was down to watch them play a few times, and I did notice that was a tradition like you mentioned before. And I was also used to that traveling to Canada, and some of these small rinks that this reminds me a lot of, these rinks built in the 40s and early 50s. There was not much amenities, but the fans were loud, local fans, and this was a great thing to do on Friday nights. And it was the same thing in Hamilton and Pickering and all the towns just north and south of Toronto. So it was always fun to watch that, as long as you weren't the netminder that night and had to take all that abuse.
And once upon a time here at the Bow, there used to be a BYOB policy at this rink, and fans would come out here with a cooler of beer, and by the third period, it was real rowdy.
Well, plus you have West Virginia University, campuses, off-campus houses. I mean, let's not be living in a fantasy here. I mean, some college students will have some adult beverages once in a while, and
no, really,
no basketball game in town. Hey, hockey's a great place to air out some of your frustrations.
Yeah, this is the sporting event in Morgantown tonight. Baseball's not here yet, and basketball's playing tomorrow away. So this is the place to be in Morgantown tonight.
Quinn, you've had a chance to see some of the CHMA teams here this year, and we've talked about it a little bit over a hamburger. Pitt's really a good team here.
They are, and I mean, our last broadcast was the West Virginia Pitt game. It was on senior night here in Morgantown, and Pitt just came out, and you could tell early in the first period they just flat out looked like the better hockey team. They were bigger, they're faster. I mean, they don't have a single player on that roster under 6 feet tall. So that's a very big team, a very physical team. And if they want to switch to a speed game, they're more than capable of that as well.
In RMU, which Ron and I will see tomorrow night, it has a lot of balance. Their back line, Ron and I have talked off site. Their back line, those 4 defensemen they have, Raimundo, Gilorowski, Hackmeister, and the other fellow, young guy from Shaler, the name escapes me, but they've really, really established themselves as a team that's on the verge of being a top 25 team.
Yeah, and they established themselves when we were calling the tournament this time last year. That was really the point that they established themselves when they came in as the bottom-ranked team in that tournament and went on to win the entire thing. And it just showed, it was a showing of dominance because they were playing the number 1 team and the number 3 team and just going out and winning game after game. And they went to the tournament in Dallas as the 20 seed, and they weren't able to keep that streak going. But
came close.
They did come close, and they've shown that they've learned a lot from last year, and now they've got players with experience and playoff experience coming back to the tournament this year as a higher-ranked team. So they're definitely a team to watch out for.
IUP's another team we saw last week. They were the team that won the CHMA regular season last year. Were upset by Robert Morris. They can have some tricks in store for them. They gave Pitt a really good game. It was a 3-2 contest late in the season here. And, they have a couple of stalwart, Gavin Cummings, a defenseman, and the goaltender Tyler Kurtz. And they look like they can put the puck in the net a little bit. So IUP may be a little bit of a dark horse.
Yeah, IUP definitely a dark horse, but honestly, and I'm not just saying that because y'all are here, Slippery Rock has a good shot at it. Like, it's just like what was talked about earlier with the teams, the Slippery Rock team being very streaky. And if they get hot at the right time, if they get hot going into that tournament and stay hot through the whole thing, they could blow some teams out of the water.
You've led right into Ron, and I have talked about this at length. There's 3 keys with that. Okay, first of all, Kevin Belanger, who seems to be the goaltender of choice, that's who we're going to see here tonight. He's got to get hot. Okay. The second thing is for Slippery Rock is they got to play as a unit of 5. And that's what the defense defensive zone, neutral zone, what have you. And the third thing is they have a couple of kids that need to find their scoring touch. I mean, Esposito had 19 goals last year. Morrow had 44 goals last year. Those guys their production's dropped immensely without Tommy Kimmick. So they're looking, and Coach Grimm's been experimenting. I think Connor Scott might be the player of choice tonight to see if they can find the hot hand there. And if they can find the hot hand and get a little bit of secondary scoring, Trevor Gilland has 18 goals on the season. He's a good-looking player, number 19. So they need some players to get real hot, and they'd have to have first line and second line scoring.
I mean, when you have a player like Jamie Morrow, I mean, he was a 70-point player last year, and that production's kind of unheard of.
Yeah.
And you can't expect that production, to carry on, but to go from 70-plus points to drop off to 31 the very next year, that's a severe drop-off. I would have expected Morrow to have around a 50-point season this year, and it hasn't happened, but he's capable of scoring. We know that the goals can and will come, and if those goals start coming in the tournament, watch out.
Yeah, that's
well, he's drawn an awful lot more attention this year, too. I mean, 38 games last year and racked up a school record 44 goals and 40 assists. That bar was set so high that even if he was playing at 75% of his production capacity from the past, it's still a high number to maintain. And you score that amount of goals and assists in a season, these coaches, when they're talking to the players pregame and leading up to the game, you always have to break down the other team's rosters, what kind of line combinations they're going to use, besides what type of penalty kill and power play that you might be able to have ascertained from playing them before, or if you've watched any of their games and if there's films exchanged. But guys like that are always mentioned first and foremost. Make sure that you know when 18 is on the ice. Make sure you know when number 19 is on the ice. Because at any level of hockey, one guy can still destroy a team no matter how you try to defense them. Some of these guys that are used to scoring at that impressive rate, and they have that ability to use all parts of the net, dance defensemen, and have finishing moves on the goalie. If you're unaware when you're out there, you have a bad matchup with defensemen who can't contain that type of offensive pressure. One guy can have 4 or 5 points in a game, and that's just plenty enough to beat you.
Well, we had a chance to talk about the great West Virginia ACHA Hall of Famer Mike Sargo, who Ron coached as a youth in the midget days, and what the effect that he had on a game. And it used to be Sargo against the world, and that's the mentality you have to have when you're a player like that. You have to want to come out and know that you're going to see the best defenseman, the best forward, best checking forward, and you're going to see the top line of every team. And, they haven't quite figured all that out, Slippery Rock, yet, but that's going to be the key to them figuring it out. I think Gilland is a kid that, he can get the hot hand. He really can shoot the puck. If he finds a couple of players, you never know. You never know with Slippery Rock. On the flip side, the other two teams in the playoffs I wanted to talk about were John Carroll and Duquesne. I give them a very, very outside chance. John Carroll lost their two top scorers, Ross Bach and Kruger, for the second half of the season, and Duquesne is really taking a beating. They've had a surge of late. We want to mention Sean Lloyd. Sean Lloyd's had a great season for him. He has 40 points for them. But it really comes down to Pitt and RMU, and then if Slippery Rock and IUP come up with some type of effort, they can knock them off.
Yeah, I mean, it's no surprise. I mean, the 1 and 2 seeds are going to be the teams that everyone wants to talk about. But it's just like you said, your 3 and 4 seeds, they're two very capable hockey teams that putting in a good performance could definitely lead to one of those top seeds getting knocked out very early on in that tournament.
And we saw it last year. RMU finished under 500, but they had a lot of tight games. They were on the back end of a lot of one-goal losses and also some overtime losses. They just rolled the dice in a hot weekend, and that's all it really takes, which is next weekend. I mean, you got everything clicking for you. And look at, they've changed their fortunes completely around. This year they've become an offensive juggernaut. Pitt several years in a row was known as a very stingy team. They picked up some great local talent just outside the Pittsburgh area. Players that Jeff and I either coached, we watched play most of their career, and all of a sudden they still can play play some defense. Those coaches who were structured on defense first, defense second, and defense third fell in love with offense all of a sudden. It was just nice to have those guys that are game breakers.
Yeah.
And as far as this game's concerned, the last three matchups have been fairly high-scoring affairs. There hasn't been that much as far as Slippery Rock 1-0 or 2-1 games. Last year it was an 8-5 game in November. West Virginia lost to Slippery Rock, and they were leading in that game. The second contest wound up 5-3, and just a month ago, when West Virginia paid a visit to UPMC Lemieux, they were down quickly 5-0. Coach made a critical move, called a timeout, took Longo out of the net, put Jake Huff in. He made 22 saves the rest of the way. They got 1 goal late in the second, 2 quickies in the third. They wound up pulling the goalie. Slippery Rock finally sunk it with 61 seconds left. But that was a whole different ball game all of a sudden. You know? Just on a good coaching move, making the goaltender switch, he gave them life.
And we're going to see Jake Huff the whole night, and that kind of swings in right into what I want to talk about next, which is your matchup of the game. For me, it's got to be the goalies, Jacob Huff against Kevin Belanger. And if you look at from a statistics standpoint, Huff has the advantage if you want to talk goals allowed and save percentage. Huff with a .288 goals allowed average and a 92 save percentage. And then you have Kevin Belanger with a .412 goals allowed average and 88.8 save percentage. So
Jake Huff's some of the best numbers in this 8-team division. I looked at all the other goaltenders this week, and it's a team that he's not going to have an opportunity to be allowed to make any missteps or weak goals leak in. I mean, it's pretty tough. I mean, they're dead last in scoring, but there's four teams that have given up more goals than West Virginia. So, I mean, obviously, they're capable of winning these tight 3-2, 4-3 games.
I mean, you've got a goalie that you know you can trust to keep you in the game, but you got to have the offense on the other end to capitalize on some of these big saves. I mean, your goalie can make 25 saves in a period. I've watched it happen.
Right, the best he can do is nothing.
Yeah, but because when you're not putting anything in on the other end of the ice, eventually there's going to be a crack.
Well, I think one of the things that I watched with West Virginia's game, and this was middle of the season against Pitt, they played kind of a delayed game, and it slowed the game down. I think that plays to their advantage here tonight. I don't think opening it up against Slippery Rock, we know they have a couple of snipers on that team. I don't think that's a good thing to do. I think they need to play a defensive game. Slippery Rock, on the other hand, needs to play a defensive game anyway, because they have to sharpen their pencils here. So West Virginia, by fault or hook or crook, they may end up with some scoring chances that they're not used to getting.
And that might be exactly what West Virginia needs, because just from what I've seen, if they can get a couple goals and get up early in a game, they are really good at not letting that lead go. The issue for West Virginia is they've been playing from behind for much of the year. So if they come out early in this first period and they get 1 or 2 goals within the first half of the first period and they're up 2-0, that they might not look back from that point.
Well, yeah, you have to change your mindset. I mean, the big thing is you want to get an early lead, and then you're dealing from the top of the deck. It's, of course, those teams, as long as you can carry a lead, 1-0, 2-0, further through the middle part of the game. I mean, you're past the 30-minute mark, and then you're committed to defense. You figure, let's not take dumb penalties. Let's not give up odd man breaks. Make simple clearing passes. I mean, this is a rink that's tough to be able to use the boards and glass. The glass is very short and low. You can't really just chip it off the glass that easy. I'm sure the players that use this all the time, they probably know the best spots in which to do that. And it's also a low ceiling because you can't lift it into the rafters. So, I mean, that does change some of the dynamics as far as how you get the puck out of the zone when you're hemmed in. Make a safe play without just icing it and having a plethora of face-offs in your own zone, which how that always leads to disaster.
Yeah, when you talk home ice advantage here in Morgantown, you're not talking about the fans. You're talking about the rink itself. You've got a rink that's not regulation width. You've got boards that are the height of the half wall all the way around.
Hardly any room behind the nets.
And you've got low-hanging banners in the ceiling that I've seen a lot of pucks go up right into those banners, and they have to stop play. And the wooden arches across the ceiling, pucks go up and hit those as well.
As I said, you can't do those Murphy dumps, alley-oop passes out. And I said it, it's easy enough to have face-offs back in your own zone. You lift that puck more than 10, 11 feet, it's up over that glass. wooden structure here, which leads to a lot of faceoffs. On one hand, you can always have fresh truth, but the other thing is, that's where plays are set up when you have offense has a lot of opportunities left or right of the goaltender. That's their chance to score by winning draws. Going back D to D or having that winger just sneak behind the center, get off a quick shot. You just don't want to spend a lot of time in your defensive end, especially with faceoffs.
And there's been teams that have come into this building. Towson definitely comes to mind. They were our second opponent of the year. They love to play on the fly. They don't like stoppages in play, and they just want to keep the game going. But when they came here, pucks were going out of play, pucks were hitting the rafters, and it slowed the game down, which played to West Virginia's favor, having that slowed down game, and they won both games on the weekend.
The one thing you're going to see is
they're used to playing here and practicing here all the. I'm sure they have some mindset as to the do's and don'ts. And most of the buildings built anymore after the early '90s, they're all cookie cutters. It's just like every building's the same. Even teams that play there have no particular home advantage. These are these old barns that remind me of when I was a youngster. Going to the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh and watching games from the old Montreal Forum and Chicago Stadium and Boston Gardens. With 187-foot ice, no corners, no room behind the nets. Those teams, it was hard to come in and beat them. They could play a heavy game against you. You come off a bus trip, you got dead legs, and all of a sudden you're getting hammered, and the players that are used to playing don't have to travel very far to be able to pin you. They're used to these no-quarter buildings.
Yeah, and with this rink, some of the history of it, once upon a time this was an outdoor rink. Originally this rink was outdoors, and this wall right to our backs here was the only wall in the building, and there was a scoreboard on that wall, and eventually they put up a second wall and built a roof over the top, and it became an indoor building. But this is still the same board setup and rink just the way it was back when it was an outdoor rink 30 years ago.
This is an interesting setup you have here, climbing up a 12-foot ladder. I was going to go clean some leaves out of the gutter if I had to. At least you have the netting now. It's like Major League Baseball, and most ballparks are going to extend that netting to foul line to foul line. It's no fun when you're sitting by it, but with the world of everybody tweeting and texting and selfies, you'd have a lot of disasters. I mean, at least we're to the opposite hand of the goaltender, so if he deflects those hard, low shots, they're going to go to our left and not where we're headed.
Yeah, we're pretty safe back here. The one person that's got to make sure they're paying extra close attention will be our cameraman, Chris Breitsemeter. He's sitting out in the danger zone. He's out in front of that net, making sure to get the best shots of this game.
How's his blocker?
He's got a real quick glove hand. He'll just snare it out the sky when it's coming up.
He's like the turret gunner in an old B-24 Liberator.
Well, the teams have taken the ice quit, and the one thing I think you're going to see from Slippery Rock tonight is you're going to see four lines. They're going to play four lines. talk to it. How do we man that? What's that? Sneak around here. Brittany, I'm gonna. There we go.
It's like we're on top of the San Andreas.
Maybe we can get Joan up here to do the camera. There's the camera.
Morrow trying to stuff it in down low, and it goes around behind, back to the stick of Morrow. And there it's set up for Slippery Rock and played around the boards, where now a bit of rough stuff in the corner, and it comes free where it's taken by Adamick. Adamick plays it ahead. West Virginia. There it goes back to Gookin, and now it goes all the way down where it will be settled by Longo. Longo sets it up there. It's taken by Hedges.
Here comes a likely candidate for our camera position.
Face off just outside Slippery Rock's blue line. Draw one by West Virginia.
Cleared down by Slippery Rock. Our executive producer Brittany is going to man the camera here for us for a minute.
Oh, this is our setup for the remainder of the game. You got producer Quinn in the house now.
Gookin with the puck along the near boards. And it's given there to number 23, and that's Dimitri Yukas. Yukas over to Gookin. Slap shot, blocked out by Slippery Rock. Gookin up with it again. Center point. Went wide, shot to the net, rebound, score.
Now West Virginia putting that one in there. Jeremy Judas on cleanup right out in front of Belanger. And it was a great one-time setup for Judas. He collects his own rebound and is able to pot it in far side.
And there's what we talked about, Quinn, was that quick 1-0 lead for West Virginia.
Yeah, that instantly gives West Virginia just a lot of confidence. If they can get that early lead, and now their power play seems to be clicking, it could be very dangerous for Slippery Rock the rest of the way.
Puck played along, dumped into the West Virginia zone, and that's number 2, Adamak. And Adamak up with it. And he moves it up to center ice, and it's intercepted there by Shane Riley, and he deals it back into the zone. Gillan had a chance, but it's gathered there by the Mountaineer defense. That's number 40, Vernway. Vernway stolen away by Gillan, but then taken there by number 12, and that's Mohart. Mohart gets it up into the zone, and it's taken and around the boards it comes to Riley. Riley up with it, off the boards, and Dick LaBianca up with it. Tries to get it up front, and it's intercepted there by Adamak. Adamak gets the puck, and it's stolen away. Here's Morrow. Stolen away again by Morrow, but West Virginia playing good defense. And they clear the zone. Puck up there. And it's taken there by Michalowski. He turns it over to defenseman. And into the zone it goes. West Virginia's going to intercept, and we have a logjam up at center ice. Wide pass over to that's number 51, and that is Max Morrows. And it's shot down the ice for an icing call, and the play's going to come up to the left of Jake Huff.
West Virginia with the early lead, scoring on the power play. It's a big shot from the left point. It was a left pass. It was Colin Dukin. Jeff, did you pick up the goal? Olanje made the save off the big slap.
I think Quinn had the call on the goal there.
It was Jeremy Judas that put it in, number 16 in yellow.
Yeah, they were starting to set up a screen, and they were successful. 1-for-1 on the power play.
Puck stolen away there. And that's by number 16, Judas again. He dumps it into the zone. Mettenberg's going to clean up his own, and he gets the puck, brings it around, and he leads it for his defensive partner, Michalowski, who puts it up, and it's chipped into the zone. We have no icing call. There's Hickey. That's Jake Hickey that's the Slippery Rock Hickey. And taken there by Grossman. Taken by Hickey, but stolen away by West Virginia, and they dump the puck into the zone. Back for it's Robbie Swinderman. Swinderman puts the puck off the boards. It kept in there nicely by West Virginia as they put the puck on net. The puck comes around the boards, back to the point, stolen there by Ackelson, and here he comes. Up over center ice, and it's Hunter Reamer. Reamer in over the line, takes a wrist shot, and Huff makes the stop. Good play by Hunter Reamer there, Ron. We lost Ron there for a second.
That's the first shot on goal. We're 5 minutes into the first period. Hunter Reamer coming up the left side and wrist shot right into the stomach of Jake Huff. He handled easy.
Quet, he loses control of the puck, and it's up there for number 14, and that's Avalone. And Avalone dumps it into the zone. Taken there by Siebert. Siebert gets the puck, tries to get it off the boards, but it's intercepted there by West Virginia. Siebert still can't find a handle, it's kept in. But it's taken away there by Haynes and over the line. Slap shot. Huff had a tough time handling that one. Center point to Siebert. Siebert over to Haynes. Back to the point. Ackelson with a drive that goes wide. And it's out of the zone for West Virginia. Good work by the Mountaineers. Up off the board, Kevin Quet with it. Rink wide pass over to Siebert. Siebert off the boards, but it's intercepted there by the Mountaineers. And that's number 28, Justin Hickey. Ackelson back behind his own net. He's going to wind it up. He gives it to LaBianca, but LaBianca can't find a handle on it. West Virginia does it. They put the puck down behind the net. Around the boards it comes. And it's stolen away there by Slippery Rock. Here they come. Gillan and over the line. Gillan passes to LaBianca, but he can't find a handle. A good defensive play there by West Virginia as they clear the zone. And over the line, a wrist shot. And Belanger steers that one to the corner. Little ragged play at center ice there, and Shane Rowley's going to clear it on net, and Huff almost had a tough handle with that one. Puck comes around the boards, kept in by Morrow. Morrow has the puck back at the point. Back to Morrow. Here's Morrow, walks to the net, takes a shot, rebound. And a good defensive play there by West Virginia as they tie up sticks.
And West Virginia captain there, Max Hedges, able to make a good stick lift there and prevent that second shot from coming off.
Around the boards it comes. Here's Michalowski up with it. Skates to the left of his goaltender, and he carries it up over center ice. Loses the handle on it, and Esposito's going to get the handle on it. Esposito up with it. Rink wide pass over to Mettenberg. Mettenberg fools around with the puck at his own end, and Scott gets it, but it's intercepted by the Mountaineers, and here they come. In around, and a big hit collision there at center ice. Around the boards it comes again. West Virginia doing a nice job having Slippery Rock in their own zone. Out to Morrow, though. He gives it to Scott. Scott it over the line. Takes a shot, and a good save by Huff. He came out to cut down the angle. Morrow up with that puck again. Takes a wrist shot, and Huff steers that aside. Puck comes in, and it's taken by the Mountaineers, and here they come. Avalo and up over center ice. He gets it to Adamak, and Adamak tries to beat Slippery Rock with nothing doing there. A bunch of players down in the corner there trying to battle for the puck, but West Virginia comes out of it. And it's Adamak, center point. A shot which was blocked. And it's up off the boards and out of the zone. Here comes Slippery Rock. And over the line, it's Hickey. And that's knocked away by Adamak as he's taken to the boards. Stolen away by Grossman. But the West Virginia Mountaineers come away with it. And it's up there with number 23, Jeremy Jukas. Dimitri Jukas. Jukas, center point. Shot to the net. That just went wide. And it's up over the glass and into the stands there. Good work here by the Mountaineers.
That was a dangerous chance there down low. Dimitri Jukas comes in, and Belanger has to be very aware of wherever Jukas is. He's got probably the quickest and the most deadly wrist shot here on this Mountaineer team. And then Alex Ventura, as his teammates call him, Ace Ventura, able to get a good chance in out in front.
Puck kept in the zone. Taken by Slippery Rock, and it's Gillan. Gillan gets it up over center, and into the zone it goes. Slippery Rock gets the puck, but it's stolen away there by Christian Miller. Miller with it. Center point over to Rowley. Rowley takes a wrist shot, and the tip in front, and Huff steers that one to the corner. Nice save by the goaltender out of West Virginia. Here's Gillan back to the point. Over to Rowley. Rowley shot to the net. Huff just steers that one in. Good work by Huff. McCann, center point. All Slippery Rock right now. Miller around the boards and up out of the zone. Kept in there by Rowley again, and LaBianca gives chase. LaBianca down behind the net. He falls down, and one of the Mountaineers gets the puck, and he clears it up the middle of the ice. Taken there by Michael McCann. McCann up over center ice. He dumps it away into the West Virginia zone. And around the boards it comes. It's kept there by Haynes. Here's Ackelson with it. Center point. Haynes has it. Takes a shot to the net and just went wide. And Huff's going to try to reach down and make the save. And he cannot hold on to it as Gukin gets it. He clears the zone. Up over center ice they come. Down behind the net. Good work there by Slippery Rock in their own zone. Kept in there nicely by the Mountaineers. And back it comes to center ice. And back to Hedges. Hedges rink wide over to Gukin. Taken by Michalowski. He just drives it deep behind Huff. Taken by Slippery Rock, and they dump it in the zone. That's Morrow up with it, and Huff's going to hold on. One thing I see about Huff here, Quinn, is that he's been very, very aggressive on his angles, and that's a goaltender that's playing with confidence.
Yeah, and Huff has a right to be playing with confidence. As you said, I mean, he's been one of the best goalies in the CHMA this year. And
well, Slippery Rock's picked up the pace suddenly with the line of Gillian, LaBianca, and Miller. Had two successive great shifts. Now Slippery Rock is 7-6 on the shots. It took him 5 minutes to even get one.
Around the boards. Up with that puck is Esposito. He tries the motion, and Hedges intercepts. Good play by Hedges. Down behind, Swinderman. He'll move it along to, and here comes Slippery Rock up over center ice. It's Morrow in over the line. Takes a wrist shot, and it's blocked out by Gukin. Good work by Gukin. And there's a case of they're going to see your top defensive pairing. Gukin and Hedges. Here's Esposito up with it. Dumps it onto the net, and Huff's going to hold on to that one. And we're going to have a face-off.
Yeah, and you're right there, Jeff. We're going to see anytime that Morrow's on the ice, we were talking about it at the top of the broadcast, you're going to get the best defensive pair from West Virginia. In this case, it's the pair of seniors, Colin Gukin and Max Hedges.
Face off to the left of Huff. Comes back to the point, center point. Here's McCann with it, and the shot to the net.
Oh, Quinn, this is what we talked about at the start of the broadcast. A lot of face-offs. It's going to stress out Jake Huff and his defenseman. Slippery Rock's piling up a lot of shots. That's 5 face-offs here in about a minute and a half in the West Virginia end.
An offside call. Yeah, we've had a lot of face-offs and a lot of stoppages so far, and this plays to West Virginia's advantage, I think.
Yeah, it's something that West Virginia's used to dealing with in this rink is you get a lot of stoppages in play and a lot of face-offs, and Huff's used to taking a lot of shots, but they're not always quality shots. Huff takes a lot, the defense for West Virginia blocks a lot of shots that are good scoring opportunities out in front.
Riley's going to pick up the puck behind his own net. He's going to skate it to the left of Kevin Belanger, and here he comes up off the boards. Looks like we're going to have an icing call. But they wave it off as Hunter Reamer beats the defenseman to the puck. But here comes number 11, Alex Evans, out of Chartiers Valley High School. And he shoots the duck to the net, and Belanger is going to hold on to that one. Hasn't been really too physical play, but good hard work in both zones by both teams.
Yeah, there's been a couple of decently solid hits, but as a whole, not a game I expected to be physical, and it's living up to expectations of a more finesse-style hockey game.
Here's Gillan, rink-wide pass, and that's going to be an icing call here, as LaBianca was on the left wing and couldn't find the handle on that one.
Now face-off going to come all the way back down into Belanger's end of the ice. West Virginia still up 1-0 here, but Slippery Rock definitely looks like the better team since West Virginia took the lead on the power play.
Yeah, fast-moving first period, even though there's been 11 face-offs already. Slippery Rock goes to the Gillian line, which has sort of sparked their revival here in the first period.
Here's Gillian. Takes a shot off the corner of the crossbar. He danced around the defenseman. Here's Miller up with it. Miller finds the puck, tries to get it to LaBianca. LaBianca turns, and it's stolen away there by West Virginia. And here they come, and they can't find a handle, and we're going to have another icing call. Gillian, there's the Gillian situation. And
it was just what Ron talked about with Gillian having been the one that sparked the revival, and he comes right out, dangles himself into space, and rips one. It winds up going right off the crossbar.
Face off to the left of Huff. One there by West Virginia, and they're going to get the puck out of the zone. Up with that puck is number 28. That's Justin Hickey. But Slippery Rock gets control, and they dump it into the zone. Around the boards it comes. They take it out, and it's intercepted there by Johnny Siebert, and he's going to drive it deep into the zone. Whacked out of the air with a high stick. The referees say play on as Nick Wilcox picks up the puck in his own end, and he moves it up ahead. Up to Couette. Couette in over the line. It's one of his Shaw former teammates, Justin Hickey. But it's stolen away by West Virginia. Here they come, 2-on-1, hit over the line, shot to the net. Oh, and a good save by Belanger. He gets his stick on that one. Play into the West Virginia zone, and it's taken there by Siebert. He drives it deep into the zone. Gukin back for it for West Virginia. Gukin has it. He goes to his left. Over to Hedges, back to Gukin. Morrow steals the puck away in front. Oh, and nobody home. Up with that puck is Hedges, and Hedges just works the way out to center ice. Taken there by Riley. Riley's going to get the puck, and he fires it into the zone. Back for that puck is Hedges. Taken by West Virginia, but kept in by Slippery Rock. Morrow up with it. He gives it to Scott. Scott down behind the net. He's bothered there by Hedges. Hedges back to the point to Riley with a shot that went wide. Taken there by Hedges, and Hedges is going to get it. He's going to clear it up in the middle of the ice where Shane Riley gets it. Riley up to Esposito and drives it into the zone, and up into the rafters it goes here on the short glass.
Yeah, and that's a puck right there that probably stays in play on a regular height glass, but something that Slippery Rock's got to adjust to playing out at the bow.
What's for West Virginia to look to get looking for an advantage? They had a good 2-on-1 at the 6:30 mark as Bobby Swinderman, ill-advised pinch. But they had a good chance one awry. They fired it high off the glass. And I've noticed the last couple shifts down, they're looking to exploit him, and Slippery Rock's starting to gain a little more territory.
Puck taken there by West Virginia. They cleared down behind the net. And stolen away by Mikulowski up off the boards to Hickey. Hickey, rink wide pass. Over to Reamer. Reamer around the defense. Reamer in on goal. Shot to the net. Oh, good save by Huff. He got his shoulder on that one. Grossman down behind the net. Tries to find Hickey, and Hickey is going up against Adamak and center point. Here's Mettenberg. Mettenberg up with it. Around the boards. Taken there by Hickey. Grossman the shot to the net. A good save. Around the boards it comes. Taken there by number 48, Jacob Morris. Morris up over center ice. He gets the puck into the zone, but it's stolen there by Slippery Rock. Dumped into the corner. Back for that puck is Adamek. He can't find the handle, and Gillian does. Gillian, center point. Tries to find Miller. Miller turns. Good save by Huff. And it's cleared out of the zone all the way the length of the ice, and I think we're going to have an icing call here. Huff's very active with the stick, Quinn.
Yeah, he is very active with the stick. He loves to go for poke checks. If that puck's coming in on the outside of his net, he will come out and play it and cover up for a draw versus letting it sit behind his net and potentially lead to an offensive chance. He'll at least give his team a shot at it via faceoff.
Face-off won by Slippery Rock. Back to the point. They can't keep it in. Taken there by Miller, and we're going to have an offside call.
We noticed last game, West Virginia traveled to UPMC Lemieux, how adroit Jake Huff was using the stick in, calmly stopping pucks beyond the net and setting up breakout passes.
Gillian with a nifty little play where he poked that puck out of the air and he almost had a chance, and Huff was able to pounce on it.
Yeah, that Huff coming just a little bit further outside of his crease to jump on top of that one. If Huff's a little bit less aggressive in that situation, we're looking at a really good chance for Gillian.
Face off won by the Mountaineers. Around the boards it comes. And taken there in front, and nobody can find the handle. It's back to the point to Swinderman. He takes a shot. It's blocked down by the Mountaineers. Cleared up into the Slippery Rock zone. Johnny Sievert going to give chase. Sievert up with it around the boards. Taken there and kept by the Mountaineers. Play comes all the way back, and it's going to looks like it's going to be on net here, and Huff's going to have to play it. Step to his left of him, and that's his defenseman Jeffrey Stokes. Stolen away. Out with that puck is Shane Riley, and Riley's going to get it, and he's going to clear it into the zone. Taken there by Stokes. Stokes off the boards. Kept it by Riley. Shot to the net. Oh, that just went wide. Ackelson might have got a stick on that one. Stokes gets it. He comes around the boards. Tries to set up shop. Around the boards it comes. Taken there and cleared out of the zone. Riley going to have to give chase, and I think we're going to have another icing call. 2:47 remaining here in the first period. The Mountaineers on top 1-0. Clint Kuski on hand here. Jeff Morrow, Ron Steele from the Municipal Ice Arena in Morgantown. They're going to call the action, and we hope all you Slippery Rock folks have joined the Twitter feed. And we welcome all the West Virginia fans as well.
And this game right now, it almost feels like a Slippery Rock power play. It's Slippery Rock offense, West Virginia ices the puck, and it's just a constant trend right now. West Virginia is struggling to be able to make changes because of it.
Well, here you see Gookin and Hedges out. And there's pass off the board in front of Scott. Score! Connor Scott with the goal. A beautiful setup off the boards. Morrow fed him in front, and the Rock's on the board. It's 1-1.
And that's the result of having tired legs out for West Virginia. Slippery Rock able to get their top line out there while West Virginia can't change. It's great coaching by Slippery Rock, and they're able to take advantage and even this game up at ones with 2:42 to go in the first.
Nifty little play by Matt Michalowski here. He just shot the puck off the boards. Jamie Morrow retrieved it, and he found Connor Scott wide open.
So the goal comes at 17-18, and that is the equalizer, and it's the result of, once again, a lot of face-offs deep in West Virginia's territory.
Face-off in the zone. It's taken there by West Virginia. Shot to the net, and Belanger reaches that glove up and makes the save on Jukas.
Yeah, Belanger just snapped that one right out of there. Jukas able to walk right in front of him, and he tried to pick it short side corner. Belanger's glove right there and ready for it.
And to take the face-off is Vern Way. You'll help me with that pronunciation, Quinn.
Yeah, Baptiste Viernway there for West Virginia.
Vernway, I almost got that right.
That was pretty close. I had to personally ask him how to pronounce his name.
Wilcox with a chance. Oh, and a big hit into the boards. And Hunter Reamer, who's been fighting a little bit of he's been banged up a little bit this season. He's going to get up on his own power, and fortunately, that was a violent hit along the boards. But you can see that defensive pair of Gookin and Hedges are very strong.
Yeah, and I mean, those are two guys that they're both seniors with the program, and they've been the same pair. They've been a pair of defensemen for 4 years here, and you build up a repertoire with your line mate when you get to play together for that long.
Burnway going to step in there and take the draw. Back to the point with it is Mettenberg. He can't find the handle, and it's out of the zone. We have a penalty.
The hit there by number 50 for West Virginia, Wyatt Murphy. They went ahead and sent him off for it. He'll sit for 2 minutes. While it's not a clean hit, it's good to see Wyatt Murphy hitting again. Solely he's coming off a broken wrist earlier in the season, so he's fresh back into the lineup. So it's good to see him wanting to play physical again.
Back behind, Michael McCann's going to pick it up there, and Slippery Rock comes out of the zone, and it's Esposito up over center ice and over the line. Esposito tries to make a move. Good defensive play there by West Virginia. Back at the point, Gillan. Gillan up with it. Works it over to McCann. McCann over to Scott into center point. Good save by Hoff. Rebound back to in front of the net. McCann's going to come in and get it, but West Virginia gets there first as Ashton Adamek makes a fine play and gets it the length of the ice. Up over center ice comes Slippery Rock. And over the line. That's Riley. Riley finds the puck down behind the net to Grossman. Grossman up with it. Center point. Back into Riley. Riley with it. Circles to his left. Or his right. Here's Mettenberg up with it. Mettenberg, center point, takes a wrist shot. Here's Miller with it. In front, score! Johnny Siebert. Beautiful pass by Christian Miller. He found him on the back door, and 2-1 in favor of the Slippery Rock.
Power play to Slippery Rock immediately afterwards. You can't do that. That gives the other team way too much momentum. Yeah,
and a good play there by Nate Mettenberg at the center point. He just held onto that puck, and he just decided to get it down low where the numbers were good. And Miller made no mistake finding Siebert on the back door, and it's 2-1 in favor of the Slippery Rock Pride.
Never a bad idea to sling that puck down into the mixing pot out in front and hope for good things.
West Virginia gets the puck. They put it into the zone. Belanger, he's going to hold on, and we're going to have a face-off to Belanger's left, our right, as we are in the end zone here at the municipal rink of Morgantown.
Well, that was a new look for Slippery Rock. They had 3 defensemen on in the power play, and they snuck Siebert down low in the slot.
Here's Haynes. Takes a shot, and it just went wide. Taken there by Stokes, and Stokes clears his own. Up over center right, that's Ventura, Ace Ventura. Is that right?
Yeah, Ace Ventura, just like the pet detective.
Wow. You guys have some stars on this team.
Yeah.
We like to have fun here. Quinn will tell you all about it.
Oh, there's been some great games here at the Bow, and had a lot of fun, especially when Max Hedges was up here calling with me, and I'm sure those of you who tune in on a weekly basis remember those very well, because they were always interesting.
Here's West Virginia. They clear it into the zone, and that is Alex Evans. It's taken there by Johnny Siebert, but Connor Scott cleans up his own end. Here's Morrow. Morrow may have a chance. In on the breakaway. In low. Takes the shot. Oh, and a good save by Huff. Right at the buzzer. He almost beat the buzzer, but Huff made a better save on that one.
And we got a few people coming together there. Morrow took a bit of a shot right at the end of the period there from Cullen Gookin, and Slippery Rock didn't like that too much, as the clock, I think, was at about .01 when he was delivered that hit. There was no way anything was going to happen at that point, and Gookin gave him a thump into the boards anyway.
Well, good first period there. I thought West Virginia came on, established what they needed to do early on by getting that goal, but Slippery Rock really turned up the Jets on the offensive side of the puck and was able to create a lot of chances there.
Yeah, we had a really good-looking game from West Virginia in the front half of that period, and it broke down when Slippery Rock's offense kind of started clicking there, and they got that first shot on goal. It took them 5 minutes to get it, but once they got it, it was all Slippery Rock from that point forward for the remainder of the first period.
Ron, you're going to give us a scoring summary there.
Like you said, Jeff, it was all West Virginia early on. Took Slippery Rock 4 minutes and 54 seconds to finally register a shot, and it looked a little bit more reminiscent of what we see in the last couple of games from Slippery Rock, but Coach Grimm decided to start using his 1-2 combinations a lot more. West Virginia, respecting their speed, started backing up. They still had good people in position, strong defensive side body positioning, but Slippery Rock, one change they made that I've been talking about for weeks was that you just can't shoot the puck through 4 or 5 bodies all the time. You have to be able to find guys off the perimeter and eventually work guys into a better shooting angle and share the puck, and that's what they did. West Virginia scored first. It was on a power play at 2:27. They controlled the puck for the first 40 seconds of the power play, and a big slap shot from the point by Cullen Gookin, and Jeremy Judas right in front beat Belange at 2:27 power play. Slippery Rock gained territory and a little more confidence in shots, better shots. Goaltender Jake Huff seemed to be handling them quite well, but they were able to have some better zone time, create better gap, tied the game off a shot from Connor Scott from 8 feet out, set up by Morrow, and a nifty play by Michalowski to find Morrow. Quick passing play, that's 17-18 to tie it. And then defenseman Wyatt Murphy slammed Hunter Reamer hard into the boards. Took a penalty at 17:55. Slippery Rock went to work on the power play, and at 19:44 took the lead 2-1. They were using 3 defensemen on that, something I haven't seen them do for quite a long time. And Johnny Siebert, about 10 feet out in the low slot, to the glove hand side of Jake Huff, took a feed from Christian Miller. It was off a shot dumped into the corner that Miller retrieved by Nate Mettenberg. 1944 power play. Each team has had 1 chance on the power play, and they've been successful. The shots on goal, 15-8 in favor of Slippery Rock.
Well, one thing that Slippery Rock did there, Quinn, we're good? I'm okay?
No, we're still going.
You want to take a break? Okay, I just wanted to make one more point. Slippery Rock was throwing around the idea of playing Nate Mettenberg, number 26, on offense, and I think they're using him on the second power play unit. And he scored a lot of big goals last year, Mettenberg, especially in the CHMA playoffs. So we may be seeing something that that they're going to try here, and we'll watch that going forward. But we're going to take a break. West Virginia has 1, Slippery Rock with 2. We're going to be back to call the second period of action here on the Mountaineer Network.
Quinn Kuski here alongside of Jeff Morrow and Ron Steedle. We're back at the Morgantown Ice Arena here on the West Virginia Hockey Network. West Virginia trailing 2-1 to Slippery Rock, and Slippery Rock's strength found there at the very end of the first period. 2 late goals inside of the last 3 minutes of the period.
Slippery Rock was pressing, and we talked it in the pregame. You know, it doesn't take Nostradamus to figure out once you look at the designs of this building. Have too many face-offs in your own end, it's always going to be trouble. You know, at best, you have a centerman who can win 50% or 48%, somewhere in that range, it's always pretty good. But, you know, if you lose 50% or even more than that, you know, you have to make sure that you're not allowing them a wide open, uncontested chance, plus positioning for a rebound. You know, and that's exactly what was going on. That's where most of their shots were coming from. Not so much off the rushes, but definitely right off the draws.
Yeah, West Virginia, they got into trouble with 3 consecutive icings that led to the first goal, followed right up by a West Virginia penalty, gave Slippery Rock a power play. They capitalized, and they wind up taking a late 2-1 lead.
Because they seem to be good clogging up the neutral zone after they got the lead. Heck, they hung on to it for a little over 12 minutes. They failed to still develop any offense on their own.
McCann up with it. He puts it up on the boards, and it's taken there by Slippery Rock and into the West Virginia zone. Intercepted by McCann. McCann up with it. Goes rink wide over to Riley. Riley going to wheel it up over center. He dumps it away into the zone. Here's Grossman after it. Hedges gets there first, and he whacks the puck out of the air and up to his forward, and out of the zone it comes. Here come the Mountaineers. They dump the puck away into the zone. And taken there by number 40, and that is Benoit. One of the West Virginia players gets dumped to his feet, and there's a battle along the boards as Rowley mixes it up, and I think he's going to get the penalty.
Yeah, it was a late hit there by Riley. The puck had already moved on the other way, and he delivered a cross check high up into the chest neck area there of the West Virginia player. I believe it was Judas that took that shot, and you just get, you know, it's a unnecessary penalty, and it's going to leave West Virginia with a power play where they're already 1-for-1 tonight.
15 or 19-11 here remaining in the second period. The West Virginia Mountaineers are going to go on the power play. And I think you're going to see Gookin and Hedges at the point here as Hedges is getting some clarification from the referee.
Now West Virginia running the power play line here at Hedges, Gookin, Jukas, Avalone, and Judas as the game plan for tonight. And this was the group that scored earlier. It was the shot from Gookin. Rebound comes out. Judas sitting right in front of the net. And yeah, he's playing cleanup for West Virginia. If you watch Penguins hockey, he plays that same role as Patrick Hornquist does. And he's able to capitalize.
Wilcox and Grossman out here to kill the penalty for Slippery Rock. Face off to the right of Kevin Belanger. Face off one there by Slippery Rock, and Wilcox is going to clear the legs of the ice. And Gookin's going to be back there to pick the puck up for the Mountaineers. He carries the puck up slowly up out of his own zone. He gives the rink-wide pass over to Burnway. Here's Hedges with it. Hedges along the far boards. He'll drop it down to Jukas. And then when that puck is Wilcox, and he's going to get it, clear it the length of the ice. So if Rock switches up their defensive players here, as Haynes and Ackelson come out. Up with that puck is Hedges. Hedges has it. And he'll dump it away into the Slippery Rock zone where Belanger gets it. And he leaves it there for Michalowski. Stolen away by Ackelson, and he clears it the length of the ice here with a minute to go in the power play. Hoff's going to leave it there for Hedges. Hedges steps to the left of the goaltender, and he'll bring it out. Long lead pass. It's all back in the Slippery Rock zone. Michalowski going to get it, and around the boards it comes. Up to Haynes, and Haynes clears it the length of the ice. Good work by the Slippery Rock penalty kill here.
And West Virginia's trying to enter the zone with long stretch passes, and it hasn't worked so far. We'll see if they keep going for it on this power play.
And over the line. Blocked away by Grossman. Taken there by number 48, and that is Jacob Morris. Morris up over center ice, and Belanger tries to handle it. He cannot. Morris will get there first. Taken away by Reamer, and he's going to try to track the puck down. Reamer. Huff comes out. Oh, and a big collision. Here's Grossman with it. And once that goaltender comes out of that net, he's fair game. West Virginia, Knowles is going to get it, and he's going to put it into the zone. Around the boards it comes. West Virginia has the puck. They center it back to the point. Shot to the net. No, it just went wide. There's Adamak with the shot. And that went wide. He's hit by Riley. Two former Penn Trafford players there mixing it up. Up with it is Siebert, and Siebert's going to swing to his left of his goalie, and he comes up over center ice. He just dumps it down in the corner. Around the boards. Taking the puck away, and Slippery Rock's going to get it. Here's Esposito down behind the net. Taken there by the defensive West Virginia. They can't find the handle. But they do get it out of the zone. Here's Jukas. Jukas shot to the net, went wide. Mikulowski can try to put it in the corner there. Up with that puck is Connor Scott. Scott up over center ice. He sidesteps as a defenseman. Back to Mettenberg. Mettenberg has a shot to the net. Rebound. Where is it? Oh, and a chance. Rebound. Mettenberg. And Huff makes the save.
Yeah, Jacob Huff there had about 3 or 4 saves. I've got the camera angle you're seeing at home is right in front of me here, and it was absolute chaos. That puck was loose in the blue paint. There were players diving, trying to find it and get pieces of it. Huff cleared it out for a split second just for another shot in from Mettenberg, and that one clipped up over the net. Not sure if it got Huff or it got a defenseman out in front, but it didn't find Twine.
Shot to the net, and Huff's going to hold on. And I think this is where Huff has to be extra tough here to keep West Virginia in the game.
And this is what Huff has done all year, is make saves, and when West Virginia's outshot, Huff keeps them in it and allows them to have a shot in the game come the third period.
Puck up over center ice. Here come the Mountaineers. Shot to the net, and Belanger is going to snare that one, and he's going to hold on for a face-off to the left of Kevin Belanger.
And with West Virginia taking shots like that, I mean, just simple wrist shots from the blue line, that helps Belanger build confidence and, get more comfortable in this game.
Puck down behind the net. McCann tries to clear it around, and LaBianca gets it. He rattles it, and it still stays in the zone. LaBianca gets it. He clears it up off the boards and out of the zone. Back for that puck is Max Barrows. Barrows around the boards, going to pick up there by Gillan. Gillan in over the line. Tries to center it and can't find a handle. Here's Nick LaBianca right in front. Oh, nice save by. There's Riley with a shot, and another nice save by Huff. Huff's putting on the Ritz here, Clint.
Yeah, that was a fantastic setup there by Slippery Rock. I mean, from one corner of the rink out across the net mouth to the far side. Huff in the splits has to stop one. Puck comes back out to the blue line. A bomb that looked like it was labeled for a corner, and Huff able to snare it in the trapper.
Yeah, Ron, I wanted to get your viewpoint. Gillan looks like a different player here today. He's moving that puck into a lot of different areas.
Well, what happened was when the play was starting to break down, I mean, he does have the tendency to try to do everything himself. It's a noble effort, but it doesn't always work. You have good complementary teammates.
Here's the puck by West Virginia. They get the puck, and they clear it to the Slippery Rock zone. Back for that puck is Siebert. Siebert has it. He's going to go around the boards. Going to take it there by Murphy, and Murphy keeps the puck alive. Down behind the net. Swinderman's going to get it. Swinderman gets that puck, and he flips it up in the air, but it's stolen away by West Virginia. Here's Murphy in there. Murphy gets the puck back to the point. And it's a big battle along the near boards. Kicked out, but kept in by West Virginia. And now it's finally worked its way out of the zone. Here's Belanger. He'll leave it there for Siebert. Siebert leaves it for Swinderman. And Swinderman off the boards, up to Eccleston, and out of the zone it goes. Back into the Slippery Rock zone. And the Mountaineers are going to make the play, but Swinderman gets it first. Up with that puck is Haynes. Big battle along the far boards. They work it out. Evans goes in behind the net. Taken there by Slippery Rock, and around the boards it comes. Or that's a shot to the net, a rebound. In front. Oh, and a good save. And Swinderman clears the puck to the corner. Up with it is Sievert. Sievert just clears it up into the atmosphere. Back for that puck is Kukin. Kukin gets it to Evans, but it's intercepted there by Slippery Rock. And over the line, here come the Mountaineers. But a good defensive play there by Johnny Sievert as he cleans up his own end. Collette down behind the net. And work to the front of the net. And Robbie Swinderman going to come away with it as we have a stoppage in play. I think the net was off the moorings.
And right there, we probably saw some of the best saves from Belanger we've seen all night. There was a chance there. A shot came in from the blue line hard, rebounded right out in front for a great chance for West Virginia. Belanger on top of it, and another pair of great saves right there.
Yeah, Ventura just deadened the puck a little, and those are the ones that are tricky for a goaltender.
Collette gets the puck off the board. Hickey trying to find it, and Belanger is going to snare that one, and he's going to play for another day. As Slippery Rock brings the line change out, and we're going to see the Luke Grossman unit out here.
We're starting to see what happened with West Virginia in the first period happened to Slippery Rock here. Multiple defensive zone draws. And it can take a toll on your netminder, especially.
Puck up in the air, and Michalowski going to get the puck off the boards. Taken there by Reamer, and Reamer just clears it up into the center ice area. Back for it is Hedges. Hedges just clears it into the zone and down behind the Slippery Rock net where Bettenberg gets it. Bettenberg up off the boards. And taken away there by Bettenberg again. Bettenberg around the boards to Michalowski. He gets it up. And there's a hit from behind, but nothing called. Out of the zone it comes. And one of the West Virginia players goes down, and up goes the arm of referee Schmidt. And we're going to have a West Virginia power play here momentarily. A little bit of a...
Oh, that was a tough one, Jeff. Reamer absolutely got reamed.
From behind,
and then time he's been crushed.
Yeah.
A call from Bob Morgan, and then a little bit of a hook between the red and blue line where there's absolutely no deterrent from an offensive play. He's going to put.
Well, they called it.
Mettenberg's going to the box.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, West Virginia
will go on their
third power play
opportunity at 7:56.
There's Ackelson takes a dive down. Morgan up goes the arm again, and we're going to play 4-on-4 here.
At West Virginia, they picked up the intensity on their forecheck on that last shift, and it's what led eventually to the power play, and then squandered the opportunity of the power play by immediately following it up with a penalty of their own.
8 seconds in.
Yeah, 8 seconds of power play for Slippery Rock. We'll see if they can do anything with that after this 4-on-4.
Oh, Esposito and Morrow out here for Slippery Rock. And with Riley and I think McCann. I'm not sure. I didn't get a number there. Puck into the corner. There's Adamak for it, but McCann's going to get there first. Taken there by Evans. Evans fires it up off the boards, but Riley makes a nice defensive play, and he stares that puck. Here comes Judas. For Adamak. Adamak up over center ice and over the line. Takes a shot to the net. He's been active. Up with that puck is Riley. Riley's going to carry it. He's going to dump it away into the West Virginia zone. Good work by Shane Riley. Down behind the net. West Virginia going to come away with that puck. Up over center ice. And over the line. A pass out to the net. Oh, and a good chance. As that was number 16. Here, shot to the net. Oh, and a good save by Belanger. As that was number 88, Ventura. Morrow has it. He has a chance on a breakaway. Here's Morrow. In on house. Shot. Hey, rebound. And where'd that one go?
Huff got on top of it. He was able to jump on top of that rebound before it really sprung back out. And great goaltending from both sides there. Belanger with a couple of monster saves, especially, a one-timer set up by West Virginia. He lunges across in the splits, able to get to the far post and stop it. And then Morrow, the best offensive player for Slippery Rock on a breakaway, his second of the game, stoned by Huff for the second time.
Yeah, he tried to slip that one through the 5-hole.
Yeah, Morrow usually cashes in on those.
Here's Hedges over the line.
Twice by Huff. Makes a big difference in a one-goal game.
Swinnerman up over center ice. He gets it up to Gillan. Gillan may have a chance. In over the line. Steps to the right, but a good defensive play by Gukin. Center point to Swinnerman. Swinnerman with it. Takes a wrist shot. And that one is blocked down by West Virginia. Taken there by number 14, Avalone. Avalone up over center ice. Here he comes. Steps around, Avalone, and over the line again. He's met there by Swinnerman. Avalone still with that puck. Taken by Swinnerman and given over to Gillan. Gillan back to Swinnerman and rink wide over to Siebert. Back to Gillan. Gillan up over center ice. He'll drop it off there for Wilcox. In front, Siebert, shot! Great save by Huff. He stoned another one. Rebound, shot! Where's that puck? Huff said no. He's standing tall, Quinn.
Yeah, Huff able to stretch that right pad out while standing and get a piece of that puck and deflect it up out of play. And those pair of saves right there capped off the 8-second power play for Slippery Rock. They actually got chances with 8 seconds of power play. 2 really good ones, in fact, and Huff able to keep the door closed for now. If you're West Virginia, you got to turn it around.
Earlier, Jake Huff's ability with good goals against there, save percentage to keep this team in tight games.
And over the line, here come the Mountaineers. Knowles down behind the net. And it's taken there by Grossman, and we're going to have a whistle, and I think Michalowski's going to go to the box for a trip. That was Stokes, I'm sorry, for you watching at home. So West Virginia going to go on the power play after Slippery Rock had several chances. And let's see if the Mountaineers can attack here.
Yeah, we went from a fairly penalty-free first period to suddenly it looks like we're not going to have any 5-on-5 here in this second period.
Do we have a trip? Who's that on?
Avalone, Michalowski.
Who got it?
Avalone, here's Jukas. Jukas with it down behind the net. Has that puck. Jukas steps into Avalone. Avalone with it. Down behind the net. He's manhandled by Riley. Down behind the net, and McCann gets it, and he'll clear it the length of the ice. Up with that puck is Hedges. Hedges has it. He's going to move it up along. Jukas can't find the handle. Riley knocks the player to the ice. And now, what is that? Well, that may have been brewing for a while.
Yeah, and you see there, Hedges.
That's Judas.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Judas. It was right in front of the viewers at home. They were able to see it clear as day. Judas came in. He didn't have the puck, and Slippery Rock's player, he played the puck, and right after he played it, Judas delivered a check, and he grabbed Judas's head and pulled him down to the ice. And then Judas got back up, not very happy about that, which wasn't going to be called. And then what transpired after definitely was.
Yeah, both players are going to be sent off.
He's being given the gate. Throw him up.
Well, they probably give him 2 and 10s at least. I don't think that constituted a fight.
Has a 2 on the initial call at 11-12.
No, I think the call's on West Virginia. Because that 2 is on the West Virginia side of the board. Yeah.
He left the ring.
So they may have called 2s and 10s.
Yeah, so we got 2s on each side now.
Okay, right. There we go.
So are we about to have a 4-on-3 power play here for West Virginia?
Yep.
Tell you what, that's not something you practice very often, so it might be interesting.
Something you never practice.
Yeah.
But one thing that you're going to see is Gukin and Hedges out here on the point.
without a doubt, Gukin and Hedges.
Engaged with Jeremy Judas, so he would have the other two for West Virginia, and they'll still have a power play for a minute and 14. These penalties will be 11-12.
And usually Judas would be one of the guys that West Virginia would go with here for this 4-on-3 power play opportunity, but obviously he's not going to be available. So I would guess we're going to see Wyatt Murphy and Dimitri Jukas for West Virginia.
Well, they're trying to clean things up here. Actually, you're going to see Alexander Ventura and
Would guess Alex Evans with him. They were line mates in D2 before being called up to West Virginia's D1 team.
I see.
It is Alex Evans taking the ice there for West Virginia as the fourth member.
And you're going to see
no
Haynes.
scoring thus far in the second period, but plenty of penalties, 7 already, with a little less than half the period remaining. In a 2-1 game, in favor of Slippery Rock.
Jacob Morris with the puck. Rink wide pass. Over to Adamak. Adamak with the puck. He goes center point. Over to Morris. Center point. Morris again. Shot to the net. Blocked out by Swinderman. He can't clear. Morris. Rink wide pass. Over to Ventura. Ventura with it. Moves it back to the point to Morris. Shot to the net. Rebound. Where is it?
That puck's still loose. Oh, and what a save, Belanger.
He robbed Ashton Adamak on a point-blank shot. He tried to lift it up over the glove, and he couldn't make it happen.
That was highway robbery from Belanger. Adamak stepped up, and he just took, the puck was loose right in front of the net. Belanger looks like he's out of the play, laying down, and Belanger able to get his glove up and snare that shot from Adamak.
Well, he had to lay it out to get the shot from the point. It actually looked like he lost his balance on one face down. Presence of mind to realize where the puck was.
Jukas wins the draw. Back to the point. Here's Hedges. Hedges, Gukin. Gukin, shot to the net. Score! Big drive from the left-hand point. Colin Gukin with a rocket. And the West Virginia Mountaineers have tied this game on the power play.
Yeah, Gukin's been in practice working on his one-time shots now all year long, and it pays off right there. You saw it, the Colin Gukin one-timer led to the goal last time. It wasn't the goal scorer, but it led to Judas out in front being able to put it home. This time, it's directly off a Gukin stick in the net, and we're all even at a pair each.
Big shot. Gukin back for the puck. He's going to be bothered by Scott. Behind the net to Hedges. Hedges has that puck. He steps to his goaltender's right, and over the line he gets the puck, and he's going to find it. Gukin retrieves his own puck in front. Here's down behind the net. There's Judas. Judas up with it, looking for Avalon. Back to the point, stolen by Morrow. He might have a chance again. Here he comes up over the line. Shot to the net. Oh, and it just went wide. Here come the Mountaineers back. And Belanger's going to make the save. As Colin Gukin takes his liberties, he just rails one of the Slippery Rock players into the boards. Nothing called. That's interesting.
Gukin's at least getting a talking to right now. Might be getting walked to the box. And
no, there's going to be no call on that play. I don't understand that. You can just go over and knock a player out.
Very unfriendly second period, Jeff.
Yep.
Mettenberg took a seat along the boards. I'm surprised no call.
Okay, we're going to have 4-on-4 hockey for another 18 seconds. Face-off won by the Mountaineers, and they get the puck down behind the net. Taken there by Murphy. Murphy tries to get the puck. Gillian steps over, takes the puck away. Shot to the net. Belanger steers that to the corner. Up with it is Johnny Siebert. Up to LaBianca. LaBianca and over the line. Can't make the play. Gillian has it. Moves it rink wide. Siebert shot to the net. Went wide. Here's Gillian up with it again. He moves center point. Gillian in over the line. Takes a wrist shot. And a good save by Huff as he stands his ground. Here comes West Virginia. One man back. In over the line. That's number 42, Skylar Batchelor. Back over to Adamak. Back to Batchelor. Up to Evans. And Evans just chips it away into the zone. Up with that puck is Siebert. Siebert around the boards. Up to LaBianca, who moves it up to Miller. Miller gets it. He clears it in on goaltender Jake Huff. Around the boards it comes. West Virginia finds a handle. Taken there by Luke Grossman, but it's intercepted by West Virginia. Here they come. In over the line. There's Ventura. Over to Evans. Evans with a backhand in front. And a good defensive play there by Johnny Siebert as he got his stick down on Ventura. Here's the Siebert. Leads the rush up over center. Drops it off for Grossman. Grossman to the net. And LaBianca tries to find a handle but cannot. Back with it is Reamer. Reamer up over center. He gets it into the zone. He's pulled down. Nothing called. Ventura up with it. He gets it, but it's stolen away there by Wilcox. But a better defensive play by West Virginia is number 28, Justin Hickey, makes the play. Here's Scott up with it. He upends the player. Scott down behind the net. And we're going to have a hand pass and a stoppage of play here with 4:44 to go here in the second period. A lot of West Virginia power plays, and they've tied the game on a beautiful goal by Colin Gukin.
Part of the problem for Slippery Rock the last several games. They turned in inconsistent second periods. Had a little bit of a jump early in the period, but now it's just been penalties and a lot of play down here in front of Belanger.
Back to the point to Mettenberg, shot to the net.
Some juice.
Here's Scott up with it. Scott gets a puck. Tries to beat one guy and two, and he cannot. And here comes West Virginia as Ventura has the puck. Down in the corner. He moves it in front, and Mettenberg has it. Here's Michalowski up with it. Off the boards and out. Hickey with it in front. Here's Evans. Good defensive play there by Michalowski. Up to Morrow. Here he comes. Leads it over for Scott, but he can't find the handle. Up to Hedges, and Hedges drives it out, but good play by Esposito to keep the puck in. Here's Scott up with it. Back to the point. Here's Mettenberg. Shot tipped to the net. Oh, and Jacob Huff had to be sharp on that one as Morrow redirected that puck from the point.
Yeah, Huff with a great job getting on that rebound after making the save. Actually used the post to kick off as he dove out for it and was able to jump on top of it and hold for a face-off. Huff's been a busy man so far in this game, and I don't expect that to change through the remainder of this second and the third period.
Swindelman with a shot. That went high and wide. Collette with it. Down behind the net, Ackelson. Siebert with a shot. And Huff's going to corral that one, and he's going to hold on for another face-off. Here's that series of face-offs we talked about.
Yep, it's exactly what led to Slippery Rock's their first goal. And incidentally, their second goal as well. And you've got to be careful giving a team multiple offensive zone draws back-to-back.
Collette puts the puck down behind the net. There's Haynes with it. Haynes tries to center it, and it's taken away there by West Virginia, and they get it into the zone. Siebert up with it. Siebert finds the puck, and he steps to the left of his goaltender and off the boards and out of the zone. He's going to retrieve his own puck. And here he comes. Siebert up over center ice, falls down, and West Virginia clears it the length of the ice where Belanger gets it, and he's going to clear it out of the zone. Taken there by Gukin. Gukin up to center ice. Stolen away by Sievert, and Sievert drives it deep behind Jake Huff. Up with that puck is Gukin. Gukin steps to the left of his goaltender, or to the right. Intercepted by Bettenberg. Here comes Bettenberg. Over to Miller, back to Bettenberg. In front. And a good defensive play by Gukin as he stays home. Here come the Mountaineers. In over the line. And it's plucked off his stick by Michael McCann, and here he comes. McCann up over center ice, and we're going to have a whistle. So I think I'm not sure if that's too many men on the ice or what.
The last couple of crews that we've had here in Morgantown Ice Arena have been very happy to call too many men on the ice. I've seen more too many men on the ice calls in this rink in the last 3 or 4 games than I've seen my entire time calling college hockey.
Center point. Shot to the net. That went wide. Murphy tried to get the puck taken away by Slippery Rock, and they cleared out of the zone. Back with that puck is number 56, and that's Stokes. Stokes behind his own net. He sets up shop. He moves it, and it's all the way the length of the ice, and we're not going to have an icing because they said Slippery Rock could have played it. Mettenberg tries to find the puck. Farther there by the Mountaineers as they find the handle. Taken there by LaBianca as he intercepts the pass. He comes up over center ice and over the line. LaBianca walks to the net. It's a rebound. And a good save by Huff again. Here's Gillan, and he had a chance. As Dukin gets the puck out of the zone. Swinderman off the boards. Murphy up with it. He turns it over. Here comes Gillan. Gillan in over the line. Here's shot. Score! Hunter Reamer! Hunter Reamer walked off the near boards, and he just shot it down in between the legs of Jacob Huff, and Slippery Rock has the lead with 1:31 remaining here in the second.
And Huff got the majority of that one. It just squeaked through. I mean, you would think that it was like Hollywood level scoring or something, with the speed that puck just crossed over the line, but it's a cross and it's a good goal. Got it through the 5-hole of Huff.
That's a big goal.
It is. Late in the second period, West Virginia thought they were going into the third tied, and instead now they're trailing by 1.
Back to the point, and they've worked extra hard to tie this game. Down behind the net, Belanger going to leave it there for Swinderman. Around the boards to Wilcox. Intercepted there by Evans. Wilcox going to find the handle. Up with it is Grossman. He just chips it away. In the zone it comes. Here's Grossman with it. He fires it around the boards to Wilcox. Taken there by Sievert. Bothered by Alex Evans. We're down to 51 in the period. Up with that puck is Swinderman. Brink line pass up to Reamer. Reamer may have a chance. 2-on-1 and over the line. Reamer shot! Oh, and a good play by Huff as he just got the glove on that one.
Yeah, that just clipped off the corner of Huff's glove on its way in.
Here comes the Rock. Morrow up with it. And over the line. Morrow has it in front. Tried to make the play. And Huff read that one. Back to the point of McCann. Shot to the net. Tipped it and just went wide. 18 seconds remaining here in the second, and some anxious moments there for West Virginia as Slippery Rock has forced a 3-2 lead here. And they almost made it 4-2 there, Quinn.
Yeah, and this is a period that I would say West Virginia has played like the better team for the majority of it.
So, yeah.
But they broke down here in the latter half of this period, much like the latter half of period number 1, and it's leading to late period goals for Slippery Rock.
Morrow with a shot that went high and wide. Back out of the zone is Michalowski. Rink wide pass over to Esposito and in the zone. Up with that puck is Hedges. Hedges going to hold on to the puck, and we're going to come to the end of the second period. Yeah, you're right, Quinn. That West Virginia and the better of the play there with a few power plays and that big goal by Gukin, but Reamer's goal is the deciding factor at this point in the hockey game.
Yeah, I mean, you go and you look at each period here, both of these periods, and both periods West Virginia didn't get scored on until the last 3 minutes of the frame. They got scored on twice in the final 3 minutes of period number one, and they let one in here in the final 2 minutes. And you've got to play the full 20. You can't play 16 minutes of a period and expect to come out on top of a hockey game.
Yeah. Ron, we have the scoring recap over there.
We have the scoring recap. Slippery Rock started out the period quite well. Had the first 4 shots on goal, but then in a series of penalties in which they took 5 of the 7 penalties in that period. And it's the 4th power play that resulted in the tying goal at 12:08. That goal was scored by Cullen Gukin, who had an assist on the first goal. It was a power play. It was assisted by Max Hedges. Right after that, West Virginia was on fire. They just fired the next 6 shots. Belanger made some tremendous saves, especially one where a defenseman walked straight in, Ashton Adamick. He was face down and reached up with his glove after stopping a nice shot from the point, from center point by Jacob Morris. But Slippery Rock, after the penalties which reduced their defensive cord onto 4, gained some momentum. Late in the period, Hunter Reamer got loose, and it was just a dump in by Johnny Siebert that he was able to pick up off the sideboards, walk in, and just slip it through the legs of goaltender Jake Huff at the 18:29 mark, and that restored the 1-goal lead. So at the end of 2, we have 3-2 in favor of Slippery Rock. The shots on goal were 13 in favor of Slippery Rock and 11 for West Virginia. It's a 2-period total of 28 for Slippery Rock. 28 to 19. 28 to 19 Slippery Rock on the shots.
Okay, we're going to probably take a break here, and we're going to be back to call the 3rd period action. Quinn, it's been a pleasure. We're having a good time up here, and we have a pretty good hockey game going on.
Yeah, great game here, 2-3 in favor of Slippery Rock. And for Quinn Kuski, Jeff Morrow, and Ron Steedle, we'll be back for the start of period number 3 on the West Virginia Hockey Network. Quinn Kuski here alongside of Jeff Morrow and Ron Steedle, and we're about ready to get underway for the third period here in Morgantown Ice Arena between West Virginia University and Slippery Rock. And guys, it's been a close one so far. What are you expecting for the third?
Go ahead, Ron.
Actually, it's been a great game to watch. I mean, there's a little bit of everything. Second period was getting a little out of hand. No problem. Hey, these are all big boys. They can handle some of it. You know, at least it's a spirited contest, because let's be honest, Slippery Rock can't move anywhere in the standings, and West Virginia is just trying to stay out of last place. They have Morgantown tomorrow afternoon, so they'd like to finish on a high note with
Mercyhurst,
4 wins this year. Slippery Rock's looking forward to next Friday night when they're going to play John Carroll University in the first night of the CMHA playoffs at the Alpha Arena in Harmarville, PA.
Yeah, I think one thing that West Virginia wants to do is they want to press the issue of this third period. I mean, they have nothing to lose, so they should be trying to spring some guys up ice here against the Slippery Rock defense.
Yeah, and for both of these teams, this is the time to kind of experiment, you know, especially if you're Slippery Rock. Try out some different line changes, you know, lineup changes, things like that. Really see if you can spark something, because as Ron said at the top of the broadcast, they're on a bit of a losing streak right now. So now's the time to experiment. This game technically means nothing in the sense of seeding.
Face off is going to be at center ice, and Baptist Venue. We have a little ice repair down there, and Luke Grossman going to step in to take the face off. Jake Hickey and Hunter Reamer, who owns the go-ahead goal in this game, out for the first shift. Here's Hickey with it. He winds it into the West Virginia zone, and Huff has been really fantastic in this game. Leaves it for his defenseman. Up with that puck is Reamer. Reamer chips it down behind the boards where Luke Grossman gets it. And with it's Hickey. Hickey makes the play. And it's taken there by Hedges, and out of the zone it comes. And over the line, and Johnny Sievert's going to intercept. Sievert moves the puck along. And up to Hickey. Hickey will leave it there for defenseman Slenderman. Off the boards, and Guka's going to intercept. Up into the Slippery Rock zone it goes. And Sievert going to leave it there for defenseman Nate Mettenberg, and Mettenberg clears it up the length of the ice, and I think we're going to have an icing call here.
First stoppage of play there off the ice, coming just 1 minute and 4 seconds into period number 3. Really kind of, you know, nothing too exciting there early. The most exciting play, I guess, would be when Huff stepped out behind his net to play it, kind of lost it in his skates there for a second. A bit of moment of concern there, but Huff able to find it and play it off before any harm could come.
Interesting matchup here. The Esposito line with Scott and Morrow out here. And they're going up against the second defensive tandem with Adamak. Oh, and Adamak makes a nice defensive play there. He swept the puck off the Morrow's stick. Mettenberg up with it. He's going to chip it down into the zone. In behind the net. Off the boards, and out of the zone it comes. West Virginia's going to get it, and that's number 23, Dimitri Jukas. Intercepted there by Slippery Rock. Up to Morrow. Morrow here over the line. Slips it to Morrow. And a good play there, but couldn't find the handle. There's McCann with it. Jukas comes out of it with it. Up with the puck is Mettenberg, and Mettenberg can't find it in front.
Penalty upcoming to Slippery Rock.
I didn't see that one behind the play. Here's Jukas with it. Jukas steps to the right in front. Here's shot. Oh, and a good save by Belanger.
Now, West Virginia able to get a couple opportunities there on the delayed penalty. I didn't catch the actual call. I just noticed the referee's arm up. But West Virginia there with a little bit of a free power play there with the 6-on-5 with the goalie pulled on the delayed.
And I think McCann is going to get the penalty for a trip.
Now West Virginia, who's got both of their goals on the power play, getting another opportunity here, trailing by 1 in the third period.
Avalon wins the faceoff back to Hedges. Over to Jukas. Jukas down behind to Judas. Here's Gukin. Gukin with a shot. Wide pass, and it went A little bit wide. Back with it is Hedges. Shot to the net. Drew a screen. Up with his Jukas. Takes a shot and it went wide. Kept in there by Guggen. Time to have alone. Around the boards it comes, and it's going to be kept in there, and out of the zone it comes. Back with that puck is Hedges. Hedges, big, strong defenseman. In over the line. He just dumps it down behind the Slippery Rock net, and he's going to give chase. Swinderman's going to get there first, and it's stolen away there by Grossman. Grossman, one man back. Shot to the net. Here's a rebound. Oh, and Guggen just flattens Grossman, and here comes Hedges up over center. And there's a trip behind the play, and Jacob Huff's going to get a penalty here for tripping Luke Grossman. So they had numbers going up ice. Why would you do that?
Well, so the refs always catch the retaliation. I didn't catch who it was for Slippery Rock, but he got flattened by Guggen, and so he gets back up after the hit, and he cross-checks Jacob Huff right in his own crease. Huff was just sitting in his neck. He gets up and cross-checks Huff, and as he's going to skate away, Huff tripped him, and Huff's going to take the call on it.
Well, I don't know about that. Oh, yes.
It was on film. We got it. We caught it. Yeah, Huff talking about that cross-check right now. Refs always catch the retaliation. You got to know that at this point.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to. Jake's got to use his head there. Up off the boards, and out of the zone it goes. Siebert back with it. No, it's stolen away. Here's Benteke. Shot. Save. Great save there by Belanger. Remember that one. Here's Galland. Galland's going to circle in his own end. Ventura had a wide open chance, and he could not beat Kevin Belanger. Rink wide pass over to Galland. Here's Galland and over the line. Wrist shot. And Huff's going to snare that one. Huff is on his game tonight.
And both goalies are really. I mean, right there you see that huge breakaway save by Belanger. And, I mean, that's a solid goal scorer for West Virginia. Ace Ventura, he's got 11 goals on the season. He's been good for the team, and it's a huge save for Belanger that stops this game from being tied up.
Here's Evans with a chance. The Swinderman's going to get to the puck first. Up off the boards. Back to that puck is Adamek, and he clears it the length of the ice, and I think we're going to have an icing call here.
And whether or not Adamek might have thought that they were on the penalty kill there for West Virginia and dumped it down, or perhaps just a miscue. But
yeah, you got to know your numbers there.
Might have pulled a bit of a J.R. Smith when he thought it was tied in the NBA Finals.
Puck up, and there's Ventura after it again. He have a chance. Ventura. Adamek jumps in the play, but it's taken away there by Esposito, and here he comes. Up over center ice. And I think we're going to have an icing call here as Esposito cleared the puck up along, and he couldn't find Morrow. So we're going to have a face-off to the left of Kevin Belanger.
Yeah, back-to-back icings there, one from each side. West Virginia going short-handed here in 3 seconds of power play upcoming for Slippery Rock. Still 3 more seconds of 4-on-4. So if you're West Virginia, maybe you win this draw and just skate back and keep possession as long as you can.
Wow, that was an interesting dive there. Up with that puck is Riley. Riley up over center ice. He's back in the game. Down behind the net. Taken up off the boards. And Swinderman's going to get it. Rink wide over to Scott. Scott up with it. Over to Swinderman. Slippery Rock on a power play here for 20 seconds. Up off the boards. Here comes West Virginia with a shot to the net. And that was Vernaway.
Yeah, Baptiste Vernaway there with a good chance. It was just a couple weeks ago he scored his first goal for the D1 level for West Virginia hockey, and he followed that first goal up with scoring another one just a few seconds later. So if he gets hot, he's definitely a dangerous player. Big save there from Belanger on Vernaway.
Haynes up off the boards. He can't find the puck. Up with that puck is Coet. Leads it off for Haynes. Haynes puts it down behind the net. And player knocked down and no penalty called. Here's Collette with it. He gives it to Haynes. Good defensive play there by West Virginia as they break up the play at the blue line. Stolen away by Collette. Shot to the net, and Huff steers that to the corner. Back to the point, Siebert, strap shot. Oh, and that knocks one of the West Virginia players down. And a high stick up over the air. Here's Siebert with it. Siebert goes hard into the boards. And the player is crawling to the bench. You hate to see that. You hope he's okay.
Yes, Barrow's there having a hard time getting off after blocking the shot.
Dukin up with it. He clears it out of the zone. Back to center ice. Gillan has it. Rink wide pass over to Mikulowski. Back to Bentenberg. And up off the boards where Dukin's going to take the play. Here's Gillan. Gillan's going to get the puck. He's in over the line. Gillan may have a step. Wrist shot to the net and a good save by Huff. Had to be tough there. And he's met every challenge. He's been terrific in this hockey game.
That was a one-handed shot by Gillan, too. That's a great take.
Down behind the net. Here's Mikulowski up with it. And he's spotted there by West Virginia. But it's taken there by Miller. Miller tries to find Reamer. Reamer met with resistance there. Back to the point. Here's Mikulowski. Center point over to Rowley. Shot to the net. And Huff snares that with the glove. 13:28 remaining here in the third period. Slippery Rock on top, 3-2. Jeff Morrow alongside Quinn Kuski, Ron Steedle here at Morgantown Municipal Ice Center. Very entertaining hockey game, Quinn.
Yeah, it's been a great game so far. It's been close. It's been the goaltender duel that I predicted it to be at the top of the broadcast, and it's going to continue to be. I mean, if Slippery Rock gets up by 2, I think it's over the way the goaltending has been in this game. So, you're West Virginia, you got to get one here in a hurry.
Here's Ventura up over center ice. He dumps it into the zone. They keep it in the zone. Ventura back to the point to Adamek. He's knocked out of the play, and here comes Reamer. Reamer in over the line. Good defensive play there by West Virginia as they clean up their own end. And it comes off the West Virginia bench.
That was Jacob Morris there with that defensive play as Adamek with a little bit of rough stuff after the whistle.
Well, when you use the stick to the face, you go to the box. I'm sorry. You know, that was ill-advised. I mean, he pushed him. Hickey pushed him, gave him a little bit of glove to the face, and Adamek used the cross-check. So I think we may have an even-up call there.
That's usually the call. We'll see.
Wow,
looks like 4 minutes there to Adamek. Some good news for West Virginia. Barrows just skated back onto the ice after seeing the trainer. Looked like he was feeling better after blocking that shot earlier.
Well, this is the hockey game here. You know, 4-minute power play for West Virginia. They're going to have to kill it.
Yeah, Slippery Rock here with a really good opportunity. You know, West Virginia's, you want to be able to keep your big guys out there like Hedges and Gukin, but you can't leave them on the ice for 4 minutes. Someone else will have to step up here.
Here's Gillan, big shot. Good save by Huff. Morrow puts the puck down behind the net to Scott. To Morrow. He digs that puck out of there. Cross ice pass to McCann. McCann retrieves it. Down to Scott. Scott back to McCann. On a block there, and that player's shaking up on the play.
Caught him in the wrist.
Yes. Back to the point. Here's Gillan over to Morrow. Morrow with it. Back to Gillan. Over to McCann. And the puck chipped away there. And that number 16, Jeremy Judas, who blocked the shot, and he was shaking up on the play and still made the play. Terrific work by Judas. Here's Gillan, and it's up into the netting. Slippery Rock going to call the second power play unit. What a nice play by Judas. He hit the hand with the puck, and he still made the play to get the puck out of the zone.
And there's one thing that I don't think anyone would dispute is Jeremy Judas has a lot of heart, and he never quits on any play, and showing it right there definitely a little bit worse for wear after blocking that shot, and he's able to step up and make the play and get that puck out of the zone.
They're going to have a trip on the call, and that was not a very good call there. I mean, the player left his feet and he fell to the ice.
And if you look at the official that made the call, he was not the official in the best position to make that call either. So, yeah, maybe you leave that up to one of your linemen that have the better angle to see that and
We're
let you know.
4-on-4 hockey here.
Mettenberg's going to take away some of this power play advantage. They didn't do anything in the first minute. They only launched one shot. Now they're down to 2:56, although 56 at 4-on-4 and back on their power play unless there's subsequent penalties. Mettenberg's trip will be at 8:03.
That's a big call. That's a big call in this game because that just takes the power play away from Slippery Rock and turns the tables for West Virginia. Up with that puck's Riley. Down behind the net, there's Jukas. Jukas with it, stolen away by Slippery Rock. Out of the zone they come. Here's Miller up over center ice. He dumps it away into the zone. Hedges back there for it. Gives it to his defensive partner, Gukin. Gukin has it. And he's just going to carry it up out of the zone. Good work by Gukin, the senior. Comes over center ice and fires a long shot wide of the net. Up with that puck is Riley. Riley tries to make the play. Scott's going to get there first. Good speedy play by Connor Scott. Puts it to the front of the net. A good defensive play there by Hedges. Gukin up with it. Gives it back to Hedges. 4-on-4 hockey here. Hedges steps to the left of goaltender Huff and up the ice, length of the ice, and no icing called. Belanger going to put it around to Michael McCann. McCann up with it. Rink wide pass up to LaBianca. But a better play by West Virginia as they clean up their own end. That's number 28, Justin
West
Hickey.
Virginia's Hickey, yeah.
And that looks like a penalty there, and then nothing called. Evans up with it. Evans takes a wrist shot in front. And Scott's going to get the puck. Rink wide over to LaBianca. Good play there by Hickey as he fires the puck to the net. Here's Gillian with it. He loses the handle. Taken by Evans. Now we're down to 4 seconds, and there'll be 59 seconds of a power play for West Virginia here.
Now West Virginia is going to go back shorthanded here. Slippery Rock's going to get their guy out of the box.
Is that right? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because it was the 4-minute penalty to Adamek.
Okay, you're correct. My bad.
There's still a chance here for Slippery Rock. Bring this lead up to 2.
And there's an offside call. 9:48 remaining here in the third period. 47 on the penalty to Ashton Adamek for the 4-minute high sticking call.
Yeah, that's a really boneheaded penalty to take there by Adamek. You've got a team, you've been playing good hockey, you're only down by a goal, and you're going to put them shorthanded for 4 minutes. Luckily, half of that got taken away by the tripping call against, for Adamek, luckily, half of that got taken away, but it's just not a penalty you can take.
Yeah, you got to use the noggin a little bit. Here's Riley up with it. Up off the boards to Mettenberg. Mettenberg in his own end. He's going to wind it up, and he's going to bring it up at ice. Stolen away there by West Virginia. Here they come in over the line. Wrist shot. Rebound. And there is no rebound. Grossman with it. Gives it over to Riley. Riley rink wide, and that's intercepted. Picked up by Stokes, and here he comes. Stokes in over the line. Broken up. And there's a play down the corner. I don't know what's going on. Stokes just jumped on the guy and wrestled him to the ground.
Yeah, Stokes not the most finesse player. He came in there on a 1-on-2 and not able to keep the puck on his stick for a chance at a shot, and I guess he got up mad about it and I actually personally didn't see what happened after he got back up, but I do see a Slippery Rock player skating by right now without a helmet on, so I'm sure when there's a helmet that comes off, usually penalties follow.
8:57, it looks like they're going to have dual penalties there.
I mean, it's the same story over and over again for West Virginia, just taking really bad and unnecessary penalties.
Yeah, but Slippery Rock's not making them pay for it.
It's true, but it's hard to score when shorthanded. If you're Slippery Rock, every time West Virginia takes a penalty, that's 2 more minutes you get to kill off of this game while you have a 1-goal lead.
Right.
West Virginia, you have to at least be at even strength if you want to try to win this game.
So 2 2-minute penalties. So we're going to be a 4-on-4 here.
So far tonight, West Virginia's looked like the stronger team. Not by much, but the slightly stronger team in 4-on-4, so this may benefit them.
Here's Stokes with it. I don't know how he didn't end up off the ice.
That's a great question.
There's a slap shot. Center point. Blocked down. Here's Esposito up with it. Morrow ahead. 1-on-3. In over the line. Tried to make a play. Esposito to Morrow. Shot. Oh, and he just missed. On the boards. Here's Winderman. Winderman, center point. Intercepted there by Judas. Up over center ice. Jukas trying to make a move to the net. He does. Rebound. Score!
They're waving it off.
Antonio Avalone on the goal.
Goal was waved off.
Wow, I don't know. I didn't see that. I don't know why.
I believe they're going to call goalie interference on Jukas. When he came in with the initial chance, he knocked Belanger out of the net, and then when the rebound was put home by Avalone, Belanger was not able to make a play on that puck as he was being ran into by Jukas at that time.
Wow, that's a good call. When I didn't see that.
Unfortunate break for West Virginia.
Yeah.
Nice play coming off the left wing after a turnover down deep here by Slippery Rock counterattack. You're right, boy, that's the call.
Well, they got the 3 on the board. Now they have to take it off the board.
Yeah, we were still playing our goal song, and I believe the ref informed the scoring table that that goal did not count.
Still 3-3 on the board.
The people at home have 2-3 still. And our scoreboard's correct.
Here comes Gillan. Gillan makes a move, but he couldn't beat Colin Gukin. Gukin made a nice defensive play right there. Hedges up with it. Hedges leaves it back for Gukin. They're still on 4-on-4 hockey. Play up the ice, and here's Belanger. Belanger puts it in the corner, and Riley swings it around the board for Gukin. Gukin has it. Rink wide pass over to Hedges. Hedges, rink wide pass. And couldn't make the play. And Gillan puts it down behind his own net. And it's taken there by Murphy. Murphy rattled to the boards by McCann. McCann's looking like he wants to take a penalty. A lot of cross-checking, no calls. 6:56 to go in the third.
Back to
5-on-5. Up to Grossman. Grossman's going to leave it for Gillan, but he can't make the play. He'll leave it there for Riley. Riley drops it off the blue line. Gillan dumps it down behind the net. Taken there by Collette. Collette puts it behind. Grossman going to try to make the play in front of Collette. There's Haynes. Ackelson couldn't handle it. A shot wide.
That was a rocket.
Another shot to the net. Rebound.
Puck still loose.
Oh, great save. Rebound. Another shot. And it's blocked. Gukin took the body on that one, and he made a great defensive block there. Remember that one, folks.
That's a big block because Huff was without his stick as well.
Yeah, he was looking for answers there. He was really rattled. Back to the point. Up and out of the zone, and Sievert's going to give chase. He makes a play along the boards. Slap shot. Went wide. West Virginia down in front of the net. They have numbers. Back in front. And Belanger going to make that save. Around the boards it comes. And out of the zone. Out with that puck is number 48, and that's Jacob Morris. Morris up with it. He sets up behind his own net. A long lead pass. Hit over the line. They have a chance. Evans shot. Oh, it just went wide. Alex Evans had a wonderful opportunity there. West Virginia back to the point. They can't make the play. And this comes out of there. And Vettenberg dropped down, and there's Connor Scott up with it. Morrow comes away with it. 1-on-2. And over the line. Drops it over for Esposito. Center point. Oh, and he couldn't make the play. And the play gets icing, and I think that's puck's not going to make it. Here's Mettenberg back with it. Stolen by Jukas. Good play by Morris. Better play by the West Virginia defense as they clear the zone. Here comes Morris again over the line. Shot to the net. And it just went wide. Here's Gillan up with it. Gillan moves to the right of his goaltender. Gives it up to Riley. Riley just puts it into the zone. Down behind the net. Miller up with it. Off the boards and out of the zone, and Riley's going to corral the puck at center ice. 3:55 remaining here. Judas with it. Good play there by Ventura. He can't find the handle. So Nick LaBianca does. He gets the puck up and he dumps it into the zone. Chases off for a line chase. 3:38 remaining here in the third. Here's Sievert with it. Sievert just gets the puck out of the zone. Good play by Sievert, the junior out of North Hills. Off with that puck is Swinderman. He clears it to the net, and Huff's going to hold it and leave it for his defenseman. Hickey just rattles one of the West Virginia defensemen, and they get the puck and clear it into the zone. Down behind the net. Here's Sievert with it. Sievert, rink wide pass up the ice, and here comes Jake Hickey. Hickey in over the line. Going against Stokes, but he couldn't make the play. Here comes West Virginia and over the line. Good work. Back in front. Where's that puck? And it's battled out of there, and out of the zone it comes. 2:38 remaining here in the third. Colin Gookin get back there for West Virginia. Rink wide pass. Out the middle of the ice, intercepted by Haynes. But Gookin's going to get control of the puck. He gets it up the center of the ice. Here come the Mountaineers. And over the line. We have a goaltender being pulled here. 2:15 to go. Gookin with a shot. That's blocked. And Luke Grossman rattles the puck out of the zone, and Gookin's got it. We got an empty net for West Virginia. Up with that puck's Hedges. He goes down, and there's Alex Evans in behind the net. He can't make the play. Mettenberg does as he tries to get the puck out of the zone. He cannot get it out. Stokes up with it. Stokes has that puck down behind the net. Puts it in front. Back to the point. Wrist shot in front. Rebound. There is no rebound as Kevin Belanger is going to pounce on that one with 1:36 to play here in the third period. And Slippery Rock clinging to a 3-2 lead, Clint.
Yeah, they're holding on. There hasn't been a goal yet in this third period, and West Virginia's almost had it a couple times there. Isel tried to set one up. West Virginia going to go ahead and take a timeout and try to really figure out what they want to do from here.
It's about not making a big mistake here with 1:36 left. The face-off will be in Slippery Rock zone to the right of Belanger. Huff pulled, and they'll set up their final strategy. Hopefully, you tell the defenseman here is any shots blocked up high. When in doubt, just chip it deep. 2 men on every puck, 3 if necessary. Don't get outnumbered anywhere when the pucks are loose. Be patient. Push things to the net. Good quick plays and openers.
If you're Slippery Rock here, I think you got to watch for a Gookin one-timer. That's how both goals for West Virginia have been set up so far.
Yep.
Look for them to set that kind of style of play up again, whether it be the puck going in off of a Gookin shot or someone playing cleanup out in front.
Riley, McCann, Esposito, Morrow, and Scott are out here for Slippery Rock. I think we're going to see Gookin, Hedges,
Avalone, Murphy, Ventura, and Jukas.
Yes. So mono.
Best groups for each side. Here we go with a minute and a half to play.
Face-off won by Slippery Rock. West Virginia pounces 2 guys on the puck. Here's Avalone out of the corner. Big scramble in front of the net. Back to the point. There's Gookin. Stolen away by Scott. Here he comes. Takes a long shot to the net. And we're having no icing. They called it. Wow. I wasn't sure if they were going to call it.
You didn't see a hand go up, but it's definitely an icing. I don't know where the hand was.
All you need to do is take about 2 more
strides, Gives you a better chance of putting it in the net, too.
Yeah, why not just chip the puck and get it down deep? But they did not. Here's McCann with it around the boards. Morrow up with it. Good play there to keep it in by West Virginia. Jukas in front of that net. Here it is, Gookin. Tries to pass it down low. There's Riley. Stolen by Morrow. Morrow's just going to chip it out of the zone. He's high stick. There's nothing called. Here's Gookin up with it. Back with that puck. Slippery Rock's going to maintain control of it. McCann over to Riley. Riley up to Morrow. Can't flag it down, and Hedges had it. We're down to 38. Up with that puck is Gillan, or with Hedges. Shot to the net, and we're down to 25. And a face-off to the right of Kevin Belanger. Fresh troops out here for Slippery Rock. Gillan wins the face-off, and he gets it all the way down the ice. LaBianca couldn't make the play against Gookin. Chipped up off the boards. We're down to 10 seconds. And then we're going to have an icing call. I didn't understand that one either. Down to 8 seconds. We got an icing. Face-off going to come to the right of Kevin Belanger.
If you're Slippery Rock, you win this draw, you hold it for about 3 seconds and just flip it down, game's over. If you're West Virginia, you got to get a shot off this draw. Maybe you have enough time for one pass.
The Slippery Rock's going to come away with this one. Good defensive work there at the end for Slippery Rock. The Hunter Reamer goal at the end of the second period was the difference.
It was, and fantastic game from both sides. Slippery Rock coming out on top 3-2. Very, you see 3-2, you think there was a good, decent amount of offense involved, but a very defensive game, and especially from those goaltenders. Belanger and Huff both had a fantastic performance tonight.
And then Ron's going to give us the 3 stars, as he normally does.
Yeah, 36-31 on the final shots. There were 8 for Slippery Rock, and 12 as West Virginia pulled the goalie with 136 and got a lot of pressure. Well, for the 3 stars tonight, number 3 star of the game for Slippery Rock, goaltender Kevin Belanger. Second star of the game for the fine defensive game man, also picking up 2 points tonight. Defenseman Cullen Gookin, a goal and an assist, and tonight's number 1 star of the game for the game-winning goal. Slippery Rock number 24, Hunter Reamer.
Well, I think honorable mention goes to Jake Huff. I thought he was terrific in this game.
Yeah, it's hard to overlook Jake in any one game.
Yeah, he was really, really spectacular at times in this game.
He made 33 saves tonight.
And Jake Huff, a freshman in this West Virginia program, so he's going to be a
very bright future for him.
Fantastic goalie, hopefully, for the next 4 years in this West Virginia program.
And something to build around. Really.
That's right.
For Coach Mike Buckley, and Shane Buckley, and it was a pleasure to call the game here. It was a lot of fun. We look forward to seeing you next week up in Harmarville, but. This was a hard-fought game, and both teams came out of this with some valor here. I thought West Virginia played very well at times and controlled the play, to be honest with you, and forced a lot of penalties on Slippery Rock's behalf. And then Slippery Rock was opportunistic and made some good plays as well. So, Clint, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for having us on, and we're looking forward to the next weekend in the future with calling the games. And you Mountaineer fans have a lot to look forward to. This is a bright future for some of these players here, and we're looking forward to seeing them in the future.
Thank you, and for everybody here in West Virginia, it was a pleasure getting to have you on today and call this game.
Okay, well, we'll see everybody next week in the CHMA playoffs. West Virginia, good luck tomorrow night against Mercyhurst.
Thank you, Jeff, and good luck to you guys. I believe you said you're playing RIP.
Yeah, RMU.
RMU. I was one of the R's. RIP. I don't even know if that's a school. It's IUP.
IUP.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, IUP.
Yeah, but, thanks for Brittany for fine camera work tonight. She was up there taking shots and ducking shots in front of the net, so she took one for the team. We're very pleased with her work.
Yeah, wound up a little bit short-staffed at the last second. Took a bit of a scramble there early in the first, but all in all, good crew, got a good job done, and it was a great game tonight.
Yep. Thank you very much, and we'll see everybody down the road.
So long, and let's go Mountaineers.